So what's better than butter?
Vegan butter.
And that's what we're going to make today. Today we're here in beautiful Sonoma County visiting Charlie's Acres, a farm animal sanctuary. And I'm here today with Kaylee, and we're going to be making butter.
I wanted to make something today that is something that everyone keeps in their fridge, and it's really a staple for so many recipes, and it's actually very easy to make. So a lot of people don't realize what the life of an animal used for the dairy industry is like. Cows produce milk for the same reason that humans and any other mammals do, and that's to feed their babies. And so in order for a cow to produce milk, she has to be pregnant or have just recently had a baby. So anytime that we're consuming dairy products, it's because her baby didn't get the chance to.
I've never made vegan butter before. Perhaps the reason I haven't is because I thought it was daunting and much easier to just buy it off the shelf, which is also a great idea because there's some really fantastic vegan butters available in the grocery stores today.
I love this because it's actually a really easy recipe. This is from the Miyoko's Kitchen homemade vegan pantry, and what I really love about this recipe is that it's so flexible. There are so many different ways that you can make it. If you don't have something, you're allergic to something, you can use a different ingredient. So today we're making a cultured vegan butter. We're gonna start with coconut oil. So this is just melted down in the microwave so that it's a little bit easier to measure. We're gonna do 3/4 of a cup of coconut oil.
Okay. And can this be done in a food processor as well as a blender? Or
Yep, you can do it in either one. You just have to really mix it in well.
All right.
And since it's a cultured butter, we're gonna use a vegan yogurt. I've tried this with almond, coconut. Today we're using a cashew yogurt.
Okay.
And this is a 1/4 cup of cashew yogurt in here.
Okay.
Then the next step is 1/8 of a cup of any sort of light oil. This is a grapeseed oil that we're using today.
All right.
Then it's just 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and you can do this unsalted depending on what you're using it for, if you prefer an unsalted butter.
So for like baking and so on, you might want to
right,
use the
for butter
unsalted.
creams, something like that.
Gotcha.
This is an emulsifier, so it helps everything stick together and it helps prevent the oils from separating.
Gotcha.
So we're just gonna use 1 teaspoon of the sunflower lecithin.
And where do you buy yours?
I just bought this off Amazon, but you can find it at a lot of health food stores.
Okay.
So it's just 5 ingredients in the blender, and then you're gonna blend it for about 1 minute.
So you've let your ingredients now blend for about a minute, and that's it?
That's it. So the next step is just we're gonna pour it into a container, and you can use any container that you like. I like to use these big ice cube trays that are made for those big cubed ice cubes.
Yes.
So that I can portion it out. And we actually measured it out, and each one of these little cubes is 1 stick of butter. And then this ice cube tray comes with a little cover.
Perfect.
Just stick that right on here. And then I pop it in the freezer so that it sets quickly. You can also put it in the fridge. This will last you in the fridge about 3 to 4 weeks. And in the freezer, it can last months. So with those little ice cube trays, you can keep it in the freezer and then just kind of pop out a cube when you need it.
I was just going to ask that. We just took this out of the refrigerator. It was in just a few hours in the freezer. You can see how beautiful this cube of butter has turned out. Using that kind of that silicone mold that you used, she was able to just pop it right out. So it makes a ton of sense using that. So now,
Time to try it.
Time to try it. So here we've got a beautiful little piece of crusty wheat bread with some of her amazing butter and a little jam. And I'm gonna go ahead and have a little taste if you don't mind. Oh, it's better.
Yeah.
It's better than butter. It's better than butter because this was made with love. It's delicious.
Yay.
It's absolutely delicious. Have some with me.
Yes. Exactly. And this melts down. You can use it for cooking, and you can use it exactly like butter in any recipe.
Fantastic. Well, you know what, Kaylee? I know what's right outside that window.
Let's go meet some cows.
Let's go meet some cows.
Haley and I are here riding on the back of the Kubota. We've got a load of hay and we're about to go see our cows, put them to bed tonight.
These guys are some of the most friendly animals we have on site. They are big, we call them grass puppies, and they've definitely earned that name. They're really sweet, they're naturally very curious.
You were telling me a little story earlier about Benjamin and his mom. Which one's Benjamin?
This guy, this frisky guy. This
Hi,
is Benjamin,
Benjamin.
and that's his mom, Honey.
Honey. And what's their story?
Honey was rescued from the dairy industry, so she was used for her milk for about 8 years. She was then retired to a smaller scale farm, and then some people who lived next door fell in love with her through the fence and rescued her. She was able to have her last son, Benjamin, who she gets to live with for the rest of her life. And he was born just over a year ago. So they were both rescued from the scariness that is the dairy industry.
How long will Benjamin keep nursing from his mother?
He, if allowed, he can nurse for up to on and off for 3 years. So definitely longer than most people realize.
My goodness, and to think that in the dairy farms, they're usually taken away from their mother.
They're pregnant for 9 months, so they form an attachment with the baby before it's born. They are aware of what's going on, and it's heartbreaking for them. So because he was born a male, he'd go straight to what's called a veal crate, which is a small crate that they live in for about 14 weeks before they're sent to slaughter. This prevents them from moving too much and getting too much muscle, which makes the meat not wanted. So
Is there any advantage if he were born a female in a
he
dairy
goes
farm?
right back into the system.
Right into the
So
system.
there's really not a win
So
on a dairy
just
farm.
like her mother, a female would become a dairy cow.
Yep. After a lifetime of suffering, saying goodbye to countless babies over and over again, after they're retired, they're just sent to slaughter.
It's nice to see true happy cows.
Yeah.